Hey guys, Chris here at CaribbeanPot.com. I hope you guys are enjoying the recipes I've been sharing on YouTube, on the website, on Facebook. Just about everywhere I've been sharing recipes with you guys. If Taya was to walk through the door into the kitchen right now, she would definitely say it smells like candle and curry. I mean, they say when you live in northern climates, your house is closed up in the winter months. So to avoid that strong curry smell and on your clothes and everything else, I usually have scented candles going. So that's her little thing. It smells like curry and candle. Today, guys, in this episode, we're making the ultimate curry shrimp. And it's almost done here. I have it simmering away because I want to thicken up that sauce a little bit. But again, not to overcook it. So today we're making curry shrimp. And if you guys are looking for a video on how to peel and devein shrimp, in the description field below, I'll share that with you guys. So let's get cracking, guys. This here is the ultimate curry shrimp. Trust me, when you taste this thing, you don't want to hear about granny one or mommy one. It's just pure love and goodness out of this curry shrimp here. Let's quickly run through the ingredients for what will be probably the most tasty curry shrimp you will ever have. I mean, let's say if mom's is making it or grandma is making it, you really can't tell them that their shrimp is not as good as this one. But here we go, guys. The ingredients for the curry shrimp. And here I've got some fresh thyme, maybe about a teaspoon or so of fresh thyme. If you're using dry thyme, cut back on it a bit, maybe about a half a teaspoon. I've got 3 cloves of garlic. I've got a hot pepper here, which is a habanero pepper. This is totally optional. But I mean to say, I love the heat. I'm going to use maybe about half of this pepper. I've got a couple green onions, scallions, whatever you want to call it. I've got some fresh cilantro here. We've got 2 green onions. Cilantro, maybe about a tablespoon when it's all chopped up. If you can get shadow benny, I envy you, because today I went looking for it. I couldn't find shadow benny, so I'm going with the cilantro. A small onion. We're gonna need some fresh ground black pepper, maybe about, I'm guessing about 1/4 of a teaspoon. I have here a bell pepper, which is pretty much a sweet pepper, and something that's not traditional to this recipe. However, I love the bit of contrast that the pepper gives to it, so I'm maybe going to use maybe about 1/4 of a fairly large bell pepper. We've got some curry powder here. This is a Madras curry from the Caribbean. I like using the Madras sort of blend. I love using it because it's from the Caribbean. It's totally different than anything you would get from out in India or anywhere else that makes curry. The curry from the Caribbean is totally different. Trust me on this one. I've got here some salt, and that's maybe about 3/4 teaspoon of salt. Later on, as it cooks, when it's done cooking, you can taste and add more salt. But again, that's your preference. I've got 1 tomato here, and I've got 1 pound of, I believe they're 50, 60 shrimp, peeled, deveined, already clean. I've washed it with cold water as well as some lime juice. It's all nice and dry there now. It's ready to go. And I've got some vegetable oil. We're going to use maybe a couple tablespoons of vegetable oil for making this amazing curry shrimp. So I've gone ahead and I've chopped up all of the ingredients here, guys, except the garlic and the onion. We're going to work with that a little bit later. But first we got to marinate the shrimp. And for marinating the shrimp, what I've gone ahead, I've chopped up the tomato, I've chopped up the scallions or green onions, the cilantro, the habanero pepper, the thyme. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Later on, when it's done cooking, I'm just going to fish it out. If you guys prefer to take the leaves off the stem, that's all up to you. I love the flavor, the extra flavor from the stems. And here I have rough chopped the bell pepper. It's fairly big because I want to be able to have this a little bit of a crunch, not totally cooked all the way through when the shrimp is done cooking. So all we're going to do now is marinate that shrimp with all of these ingredients here, as well as the salt and black pepper. So the salt, black pepper, tomato, scallion, cilantro, hot pepper, thyme, as well as the sweet pepper, the bell pepper, is going to go into the shrimp for marinating. So the shrimp has been marinating now for about 20 minutes or so with all the ingredients that I showed you previously. Now, a couple things, guys. If you like adding some parsley, some fresh parsley in there, do so. Some Spanish thyme, or big leaf thyme as it's called down in the Caribbean, do so as well. Now, the other thing is, if you've got the sort of Caribbean green seasoning that it's already prepared and probably in your fridge or something, you can remove, there's no need for all that fresh herbs if you got that green seasoning. I would just hit it with maybe a teaspoonful of that green seasoning and allow it to marinate. In a future video, I'm going to show you guys how to make that green seasoning to make things easier for you. Another thing I wanted to mention to you guys, if you guys are buying fresh shrimp with the shell on it, with the head on it, and you're looking for a video of how to prepare the shrimp for cooking, in the description of this video, what I'll do is I'll put up a link in there for a video I did for the Food FAQ channel showing you how to prepare shrimp for cooking. So guys, it's been marinating now for about 20 minutes or so, and if you guys notice here, I have the other ingredients all ready to go. I've got my vegetable oil, I've got the curry powder. Again, it's a Madras curry powder from the Caribbean, and here I've got my chopped up garlic and onion. Right next to it, I've got my saucepan here heating on a medium heat, and I'm just gonna go ahead now and add a couple tablespoons of vegetable oil and allow that to come up, well, to heat up. As soon as it heats up, I'm gonna add the onions as well as the garlic and allow that to cook on a low heat for about 3 to 4 minutes. The garlic and onion has been cooking now for about 3 minutes or so. It's gone nice and soft. The edges are going a bit brown, so it's released all its flavors into the oil. So now what I'm going to do is add that curry powder into the mix here and give it a good stir just to coat the bottom of the pan. We want to sort of toast this curry powder to release again all of those wonderful flavors. I'm just going to toast this for about a minute, maybe a minute, and then we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of water to this to form a sort of a slurry. It's been about a minute or so. As you can see, the bottom, it's starting to stick to the bottom of the pan. It's going to go grainy, but again, that's just, it's going to go darker as well too, but we're just releasing all those flavors from the curry powder. And now all I'm going to do is add those 3 tablespoons of water to the pot and give it a good stir. Actually, we're going to add a couple more, so let's add 5 tablespoons of water to the pot because I want to make a sort of a slurry or a sauce and allow that curry to cook a little bit. So I have it here on a low heat. I'm just going to allow it to cook for 2, 3, let's say 4 minutes, because we really want to cook that curry, because once we add the shrimp to this, it's going to cook very fast. The whole idea is not to overcook the shrimp, so we want to cook the curry at this point so we don't get a sort of raw curry taste when we finally eat this. The curry sort of paste that we made has been cooking now for about 4 or 5 minutes. Now, a couple things, guys. Traditionally, the way this curry is probably made down in, especially in Trinidad and Tobago, is they would add, like, you remember how I had the curry powder in this little bowl here? They would add the water to this and mix it all up and then add it to the fried up onion and garlic. This way I'm doing here is just my way of doing things. The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys, if you guys have cumin or roasted jeera powder, it'd be a wicked idea to add maybe about 1/4 of a teaspoon, even less than 1/4 of a teaspoon to the mix right now. The flavor from that roasted jeera, I mean to say, hey, this is going to be the absolute best curry shrimp. I told you guys, you know, best curry shrimp you're going to have. So now it's, most of that liquid is all gone now. And you notice it's gone back grainy. The bottom of your pan is going to be sort of coated with that lovely curry, that curry flavor that we have, we made. So next up, all we're going to do now is add the shrimp to the pot. So all we're doing now, guys, is that marinating shrimp, the marinating shrimp that we have, I'm just going to add everything to the pot. everything, the marinade, everything is going in there. You want to get everything into the pot, people. So there we go. I'm just going to give this a good stir. So we're going to stir this just to pick up all those bits of curry that's on the bottom of the pan. I guess we're using the shrimp to deglaze the pan in a sense. Now guys, if you want, and I mean I said this is totally optional, if you want to give this a sort of an Asian or a Thai twist, you can add in maybe about a 1/4 cup of coconut milk into this and it'll be super. I'm telling you. However, that's not my thing today. We're doing this a Caribbean way. So all we're doing now is allowing that to cook the shrimp all the way through. And you can certainly put the lid on it now on a very low, a medium-low heat. Allow that to cook and keep stirring it ever so often. So guys, it's been cooking now on that low-medium heat. Just going to remove the cover. With the cover on for about 4 minutes or so, as you can see, the shrimp has started to curl in. It's sprung a lot of its own juices, as you can see. So all I'm doing now for the next couple minutes, because in total I just don't want to overcook this. For the next couple minutes, so we're going to cook this in total for about 7 minutes or so, I'm going to remove the lid, turn up the heat a bit, and allow most of that liquid to burn off. Now I'm going to be eating this with rice, so I want a sort of gravy. If the sort of sauce or gravy is not your thing, allow it to burn off. That's probably what my mom would do because that's just the style she likes, right? But here we go, guys. So this is it, the curry shrimp. I'm just going to let some of that gravy burn off, so like a nice thick gravy, and I'll show you the end results. So there it is, guys. I've turned off the stove. The curry shrimp is all done now. My gravy has thickened up. Remember, guys, if you guys did like me and you had put the entire stems and everything off the thyme that we use, now is the time to fish it out. So this is it here, guys. The curry shrimp, live and direct. Remember, guys, we didn't want to overcook this. The peppers has a little bit of a crunch to it. It hasn't like overcooked or melting away. The shrimp is going to be nice and juicy. I mean, down home when we say hoxy, which means dry. This curry shrimp, give it a try, guys. Chris here, CaribbeanPot.com. Again, thanks for joining me in the kitchen today, guys. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Above, you're going to see that subscribe button. And leave me your comments below. Remember, if you want step-by-step on this, you can also check out CaribbeanPot.com. Have a great day, guys.